Yeah, top of the SportsMax Zone for this Thursday. The Cricket West Indies Annual General Meeting and elections are set for March 25, and Jamaican Ray Ford wants to enter the race. Ford, who describes himself as unknown, announced his intention to run in November 2021. This is what he said in a July 2022 interview with the Jamaica Observer newspaper. I don't thrive on impetuousness, but I've been waiting on West Indies cricket to turn itself around for the last 27 years, and it hasn't. Since then, every now and then, the West Indies, at Test cricket in particular, have flattered to deceive, and even though cited on occasion strutting the hospital grounds as a patient, it has not yet been discharged. And that's why I'm running, to bring new energy to our cricket leadership, because right now we seem to be sitting around waiting for change as opposed to implementing action plans to make change happen. Yeah, it's time to meet Ray Ford then. Ray, welcome to the SportsMax Zone. It's a pleasure to have you on. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Ricardo, and thanks for having me. Boy, first I must thank your technical team for working with me so assiduously. I may have to put them on the top of my agenda when I get elected, and to steal them away from you to help support my my technical lack of expertise.
That's going to be difficult because I treat them so well. But let's get into the meat of the matter, shall we? First up, Ray Ford. You describe yourself as unknown, and many individuals would see you as such. So what qualifies you to run a cricket organization, especially the highest cricket office in the region?
Well, I'm a stakeholder, but I'm no ordinary stakeholder, because you've heard a lot over the last couple of years of the ailments, what ails West Indies cricket. So beyond the prattle and the chatter, I'm one, who is bold and fearless, and I'm offering my background in cricket and also my academic preparation to begin to write this listing West Indies ship. I'm aware of the challenges ahead, and I have a vision for freeing our cricket from some of the albatrosses that hang around us. I think I have a good idea of the problems, and I've done a lot of introspection. I've sourced a lot of people, and I think I've crafted a good set of solutions in my manifesto to get us up an upward trajectory. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, definitely bold and fearless, without a doubt. Can you give some more detail as to your cricketing background, first of all, but also your professional background that would put you in a position to be able to lead Cricket West Indies?
Yes, well, as far as my cricketing background is concerned, I've been looking at a booklet I've collected of articles over the years, and I see where I first began writing on cricket for the Cricketer International back in February of 1986. That's a long time ago, and I profiled Vivian Richards in that magazine, which was edited by Christopher Martin Jenkins. Then back in 1994, I began writing for Tony Koziel, with my first article being Blueprint for Profitability. So to write on cricket for those esteemed magazines, I think I would have to have known or learned something about cricket to, reach that level. Besides, I played cricket in high school, not much, but I've watched a lot of Test cricket, and I've read a lot of cricket, read a lot about cricket. So I think my background is one that could help me implement certain strategies to move West Indies cricket forward.
Yeah. And in terms of your professional background?
Regarding my professional background, I was trained as a mechanical engineer at Michigan State. I also got an MBA from the same school. And then back in 2019, I got a master's in program and project management from the University of Michigan.
Yeah, so 2021 is when you first announced your intention to run for Cricket West Indies president. Of course, since that time, you would have been perusing the landscape, getting an idea of what it will take. Now, first of all, for you to even become a candidate, you need to be nominated, and you need at least 2 nominations. Now, how has that process been going? How far ahead are you as far as that is concerned?
Well, it's still a working process. I know it's approaching the 11th hour, but the closing for nominations is still 2 weeks away. But this is the situation. I think we should get away from, of course, you have to have a nomination, but instead of asking who is being nominated, I think the question should be who is most capable to lead West Indies forward. Right now, I listened to your competitive show last Tuesday night, and a gentleman was on who seems to have been suggesting that he has locked up the nomination, at least one of the nominations. That should not be. With the parlor state of West Indies cricket, I think the process should be opened up to people outside of that proverbial smoke-filled room with 12 people. And I think it should be determined by a battle of ideas of who best can lead West Indies cricket forward. And I'm willing to challenge anybody who's running to a debate, and may the best person win. And that's what I'm about, to present my manifesto, what I'm about, articulate my vision, and see if I can gain some support before the door closes in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, but I guess the question might be, Mr. Ford, that if you are unable to convince 2 boards across the region that you are the man that can lead West Indies cricket forward, how then do you expect to convince even more to have enough votes to win this election? And as you pointed out, you've now been trying to do this for 2 years. So what is preventing you from getting those nominations, or at least individuals saying to you that, yes, when the time comes, we will nominate you, at least confirmations of nominations then?
Okay, well, this is only speculation on my part, so I leave you to draw your own conclusions. My manifesto has been out there for the better part of 2 years, and nobody has come to me and said, Ray Ford, this doesn't make sense, or this is a bunch of baloney, it doesn't make sense, and, we think you should, just leave the scene. Nobody has come to me to say that. So it's either, the messenger, or both, or might be there some structural efforts afoot to marginalize me. I have reached out to at least one set of directors. I won't call which country they're from, but I had an interview all set up, an arrangement to meet with the gentleman. And when I arrived in the country, I was told that they don't have any time for me. So I'm wondering if it's just that they're insistent on keeping the electoral process between a small clientele, a small clique, or what are they afraid of? Why they won't even entertain a conversation with me if nobody has come forward to say that my manifesto isn't making sense.
Right.
So I leave it up to you to decide.
Yeah, and of course, Ray, we made it clear that, you'd need the support of 2 directors in order to move forward. And you already, you didn't get the opportunity to meet with these. Have you reached out to other directors now, apart from these who didn't show?
Yes, I've met with 2, and they treat me very cordially. But as of yet, I have not heard from either of them as to their favorability towards me. So again, that leaves me wondering, whether or not I will make it.
So what's your plan?
I went to Kingston College, so I'm running through the tape. I'm not going to quit now. But should I not make it, my candidacy, I'm going to transform that into a movement. And that movement is going to say that it's about time in this modern era that the leading of an organization should go beyond just a couple of individuals. We have 10 million stakeholders, 5 million in the Caribbean and 5 million in the diaspora. When West Indies cricket fails, we are all heartbroken. Should our future be left up to people who have been in this position for 10, 15, 20 years? Where have they led us? And why should the candidacy or the presidency be something like a bequeathment where it's passed on from a president to a vice president? That should not be. How capable is this person that the mantle is supposedly about to be passed to? What is in manifesto? How does he plan to get West Indies cricket out of this rut? We haven't heard anything from him or any of the other prospective candidates. So that's why I'm here, to put my manifesto forward and see if it can gain some traction, even though, as I know, the window is closing.
Yeah, we're talking to Ray Ford. He's Cricket West Indies presidential hopeful. He's trying to get the 2 nominations required to contest the Cricket West Indies elections at the AGM on the 25th of March. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll be delving into his manifesto, taking a close look at what he thinks he can do for Cricket West Indies, for cricket in the Caribbean. We'll be back.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.